So good.
Feels great. I was actually joking with Mark Robin, the artistic director here. This is my 8th show back, and he greeted me with, "Welcome home."
It's a gift to get to be here at this beautiful theater with these incredibly talented people and this awesome community, which I have never seen at Christmas time. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so White Christmas is deeply beloved in my family. In fact, every single year we would go pick out a Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving and then decorate it while watching White Christmas. And then we would watch it again in the middle of December and then again on Christmas Eve. So I love this story. I love this music. And then I love the fact that it actually isn't the same as the movie. Yeah. You get to experience more Irving Berlin music and more relationship development in different areas and some amazing dancing, which is in the movie too, but oh my gosh, this cast.
To see it live.
It's superlative, this cast. So I'm super excited to take something iconic and beloved and embrace it with my whole heart and our whole hearts and try to do it the best justice that we can for our audiences and for ourselves.
Well, I think the easy answer for Bob Wallace is, the iconic song and dance man. But what I've really enjoyed exploring is his humanity. Mm-hmm. He is such a relatable character, to myself. He is driven and passionate about his craft, almost so much that he puts love on the back burner. And as someone who didn't get married until he was 37 years old, I can relate to that. Also, just his loyalty to his country, to General Waverly, to Betty, even when she blows him off. He really is a loyal guy to the people he cares about. And that's been really fun to explore.
Yeah, I find these characters very relatable in that they have such integrity, but it is sometimes couched inside of a protective, gruff exterior, which makes me think of my grandparents. Both of my grandfathers served in the military and are sort of outwardly tough gentlemen, but they're inside their butter. So I see a lot of that in the Bob character. Absolutely. And then in Betty, in that I like when there are characters that think they know what they need and want out of life, and then they meet somebody that challenges that and helps them crack open that protective shell and become more themselves than they knew were possible. And then there's also the challenge of taking on roles that were played by iconic humans and artists, Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney, the trying not to carry that weight, but at the same time be sort of empowered by it in a way, to say this is a legacy that you want to honor and continue, that the power and the class of Absolutely. That journey.
I guess for me, I think so far in the rehearsal process that the number that I've really enjoyed doing is Blue Skies, because I get to stand there and sing my face off while our incredible ensemble is dancing their feet off. It is unbelievable. I've gone up on lyrics a number of times because I'm just like, wow. Did they just do that? It's stunning. It is stunning, and I think it's going to be a great way to finish Act 1. Yeah, but my answer will probably be different in a week, so ask me again then. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to second that. I got to walk in towards the last 5 minutes of rehearsal yesterday of Blue Skies, and I was gobsmacked, just jaw on floor, watching these incredible singer actors it's so good. I'm so excited for audiences to see it. And then also last night we did stage a moment when our characters are able to reconnect, and that is in contrast a really quiet moment, but has a lot of depth. And anytime I get to stare at this face and sing a really pretty song is like dreams come true. So that was really fun. And then a moment I'm excited to see realized once all of our elements are involved, because I know everybody is working their tushies off on the set right now, and the lighting and the design, the sound and everything. The moment when we reveal Snow, and there's a final tableau. Whenever that happens in the movie, I cry. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with our show, but I can't because we have to keep singing. So I'm really excited for that moment to come to life. I mean, besides the arts and the culture and the food and the people, the Fulton. For me, it is the Lancaster Pickle Company. I love pickles, they're my favorite food. That place is great. And the maple bacon donuts at Central Market are a treat for me.
I haven't tried those. You've never tried them before.
You haven't?
How have I been here and never
Doesn't
tried
he need
those?
it? Yes.
I think it starts with the community and just how incredibly supportive they are of the theater, of the arts, and us as visitors into their community. But if I had to pick one thing, I think it would be the iconic Central Market. It's like the one thing that hasn't changed much since the first time I was here 13 years ago. And walking through those doors, you just get this nostalgic throwback, and it really is something I crave when I'm in New York, and am so grateful that I get to enjoy while I'm here. And I'm actually going right after the interview. I was doing Miss Saigon with our buddy Mana Nichols, who's obviously was just here last year, I believe, in Cinderella. But I was playing Chris, she was playing Kim, and we were singing the number Sun and Moon, and we were on this tiny little bed, which wasn't actually a bed, it was like 2 boxes with, a blanket on top of it. And we're singing, and I have her in my arm, and I've got my hand braced like this, and we go for the high note, and we're supposed to go in for a kiss, and right when we go in for the kiss, my hand slips, and I fall directly on her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just killed Kim. So as we're like supposed to be kissing, we're both just like laughing. We pull out, and she's supposed to start singing. And she doesn't sing because she's laughing. And then I'm supposed to come in, and I don't really sing. I just kind of like, and then the song ends, and we both walk off, sure that we're gonna be fired. And I'm like apologizing to our stage manager, and I'm like, I am so sorry. And they were like, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. I just thought you guys were so caught up in the moment that you were crying. And I was like, that's exactly what happened. Yep. We weren't laughing. And then as far as my favorite moment on stage, it was actually after the show. Our incredible music director, Ben McNaboe, always composes a little kind of post-bow a cappella thing. And for Sound of Music, it was The Sound of Music. And I hadn't been on stage for over 2 years because of COVID, obviously. And to finish that production and get to sing that beautiful arrangement and looking out into the audience because the lights have come up, and just see how much the audience needed that moment. It was truly one of the most powerful moments I've ever had on stage. And I get a little choked up just thinking about what a special moment that was. So that was probably the most powerful moment that I've experienced here at the Fulton.
That was really special. I wanted to echo that because another really beautiful aspect of those direct address moments is that we do get to look into the faces of the audience in a way that normally you're prohibited from doing. And oftentimes people would be crying or smiling or singing along. And similarly emotional about it, but to be singing The Sound of Music, which is about the power of music and faith and community to a community for the first time in a couple of years. And there's something so magical and intangible about live theater that was fully encapsulated in that. TV and film are amazing mediums, but the in-person, unrepeatable, once-in-a-lifetime thing that is every single theatrical moment, it's so special. I think it's why we do.
Absolutely. Feel so grateful. Hanley is one of the most solid, grounded performers I've ever shared the stage with. So to get to be back here and hopefully bring a little Captain Maria to that chemistry to White Christmas is such a gift, and I'm so grateful to be back with my buddy.
Oh, buddy! You can keep answering the questions first. I keep looking at you, and then I run out of. I'm like, yes, exactly. He said it perfectly. He's so eloquent. Oh my goodness! I mean, this is Will Ray. I don't know if you all know this, but this is the Will Ray, who is one of the most talented people on the face of the planet, but additionally is one of the most kind, genuine, grounded human beings. So I feel like we were able to become true buddies in Sound of Music.
Yes.
And then, like, first day of rehearsal, we saw each other, and it was just
we're back. The gang is back.
Hello. It's so good to see you. And there's such trust there and fun and a way of communicating. And there are a little bit of parallels in the arc of those two relationships. So in some ways, it's sort of fighting against bringing too much of Maria and the Captain to this story. But at the same time, we are who we are, and we're bringing our own hearts to it. And so I hope that how fond we are of each other comes across, because it's very genuine.
Absolutely.